Despite what has been claimed to the contrary, read directly from our statement, the Democratic Socialists stated very clearly. First thing, the Democratic Socialists of America condemns Russia's invasion of Ukraine and demands immediate diplomacy and de-escalation to resolve this crisis. There is no solution through wars or further intervention. This crisis requires an immediate international anti-war response demanding de-escalation, international cooperation, and opposition to unilateral coercive measures, militarization, and other forms of economic and military brinkmanship that will only exacerbate the human toll of conflict. We must compete against further military escalation and war diplomacy. Peace in Ukraine today. We have been doing so much work in terms of international diplomacy, sending delegations to countries like Venezuela. We've met with Maduro. We're proud of it. We've gone to delegations in Peru, Brazil, Bolivia, and we have had incredible success very recently this past week, where the governor of Okinawa met with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to discuss Okinawa's opposition to constructive demilitarization agreement. DSA was instrumental in 1813 passage. We should check out CSA at DSA.USA.org/join. We must build the left and fight the right. No more crooked class war. Thank you. One more time. You know, we all know that these war drives are also used as cover for the attempt to include the flag, radical and revolutionary movement.
You know any?
I saw some people
like
this guy. They want to shut up voices that are telling the millions of people around this country. Next, I want to bring up one of the voices that this government has decided to target, not just because doing the wrong thing, but because he's doing the right thing. Chairman Obama yesterday, the National Socialist Party, the head of
Was it the older lady?
Yeah, that's like next person.
You were interviewing her like outside, right?
Yeah. That was 3 years ago.
That was like probably your second or third. You better plug that into your boat.
That's or yeah, just hold that. So take off. Well, it won't come off.
Turn my wombos up. Stand back like
Yo, you know how to take this phone case off? You know how to take this phone case off?
phone case?
Yeah. No, that's
Whoa.
like the, yeah, it's like really hard.
Oh, it's a hard one. I don't know.
Alright, okay, we'll try to do it like this. Alright, that's fine. Can you put this in my backpack? Can you put this in my backpack? Thanks.
Because we say black people must be free. free. Because we say Africa must be free. Because we say Africa must be free. And we are here today to tell them that they don't have enough slave grenades in their arsenal to stop this struggle of black people and the oppressed people of the world to win our freedom. I understand
This has a lot of people.
that this particular mobilization is opposed to racism and opposed to bigotry. We say right on. But what we need to be opposed to is colonialism. Colonialism. Because that is what victimizes African people here and most people around the world. It is the colonial mode of production that this government is attempting to protect. And they were doing so with the intent. I want freedom, break my wife, and also made war free and the solidarity movement that I lead. Uninvited corporate spirit. So they invite us. But our responsibility is to put them on front. We don't run, we don't cower, we fight back. We fight like hell, we fight back. They have charged me with the very same thing that they charged W.E.B. Du Bois with. They charged people like Paul Robeson with the very same thing. And we know that the FBI cut his teeth in the war against Marcus Garvey and the Universal African Movement Association. So this is where it gets us all.
Well, when I came here 3 years ago, it was like
But we are not about getting
probably
old.
10 to 15% of what's here right now.
Yeah, I see a lot more CPUSA and
I'm calling on you
Yeah.
in this very brief moment. Go to hands.org. That's you. You recognize that where we are standing now is a war crime. That America itself is a war crime. It couldn't exist without what it has done to the indigenous people here. And when I say indigenous people, I'm talking about the people who live in these concentration camps that they characterize as Indian reservations. I'm talking about the people who live in the concentration camps that are recognized as barrios and ghettos throughout this country. I'm talking about people who live in the concentration camps that they protect with walls and other things like that to keep the indigenous people from coming back to this land to recapture control.
Some free picket signs.
That would be amazing if we could all unite on that. No. Wow. Question.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just spectating. Like I don't think I'm gonna make much commentary.
I
don't think I'm gonna interview. We'll see.
Okay.
They don't like Chinese either, but they got to throw out the thing that they used to have here on the So the thing is that we are prepared to govern because we cannot be dignified.
Fourth internationalist group? I'm more of a third internationalist group myself.
And that is our mission, and that is why we build economic development programs throughout this country, and that is why we bring on the attack, because everything that we do is against the power of Africa. And that's what the attack is about. Come to St. Louis. Take a look for yourself. See how we've transformed the entire community. Come to St. Louis. Take a look for yourself and see what it is done to transform that. And I want to thank you so much for being here. Hands off to Zulu. Hands off to Africa. East, where I to East Africa.
We fight back and take the power, right? What do? We got back and take the power. End to colonialism, end to imperialism, shut down all instruments of war. From the Philippines to Palestine to Puerto Rico. From Iraq to Palestine, occupation is a crime. You want to do that with me? From Iraq to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine, occupation is a crime. That's right, we know you're going to be a criminal law. All right, y'all, so our next speaker is Ria Ortiz. She is from the Filipinos representing democracy in New York City. We have a whole crew coming up. Isang taas na mga pagbati sa inyong lahat. Alright, let's say salute to everyone. We are from Filipinos for Genuine Democracy, composed of Filipino migrant workers, domestic workers, labor trafficking survivors, and their children in New York City. In 2002, I stood as a 22-year-old with thousands of protesters in D.C. to stand against the U.S. war on Iraq and U.S. military intervention in other countries, including the Philippines and Palestine. 21 years later, we are still marching here in D.C. to demand peace in Ukraine and immediate negotiations for a peace rather than escalation. We protest against the sending of hundreds of billions of dollars in weapons and other war material to Ukraine from the U.S. government and calling for funding of people's needs, not the war machine. We're marching to recall and remember the 20th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq, and also to remind everyone who were the greatest war makers in the world that the very people preaching self-determination and sovereignty and human rights were the ones who trampled on self-determination and sovereignty and human rights, committing such great war crimes. It's also important to recognize that even though the war appears as a war between Russia and Ukraine, in reality it is a proxy war between the West and Russia. But we ask, who benefits from this? Who benefits from this? The people of this country don't stand to benefit. The people of Ukraine and Russia don't stand to benefit. It's the military industrial complex that's benefiting, that's getting tens and billions of dollars in contracts.
Oh my God, I was looking through that.
Of the foreign policy
Oh, no.
elites of this country
You wanna put it in my backpack?
a world dominated exclusively by the U.S. at all costs. Meanwhile, the U.S. military are planting 4 more bases in Philippine soil when they already were in 5. Ooh. The rest of U.S. entities retaliating
Can I see it real quick? All of them, just want to show what they're handing out. Sure, yeah. Thanks. What's the other one?
Yes, I'm staying for March. We're also for the rally too.
Give it up for our friends one more time, coming to bring the struggle against imperialism in the Philippines. Next, I want to bring up to the stage another longtime fighter for peace, who has been all over this country recently telling the truth about what's happening in Ukraine. They've tried to shut it down, but she won't be shut down or shut up. We're very happy to welcome here from Copenhagen, Medea Benjamin.
So raise your hand if you're a Putin apologist. That's what I'm called all over the place. And you know why? Because we want to stop the suffering and the killing. Because we care about the Ukrainian people. Because we care about the soldiers on all sides. Because we want to end the war. We're not Putin apologists, we are peace lovers. We are people who want to see an end to war. So, this guy you're asking who invaded, you know, I am condemning Russia till I'm blue in the face. Russia should not have invaded Ukraine and made a horrible mistake. And the U.S. makes a horrible mistake by throwing more fuel into the fire, right? How many billions of dollars of weapons are we going to keep sending? It's been $46 billion of just weapons already. So we send all these different weapons and it's never enough because there is a stalemate, because it is not a winnable war, because this war won't be won on the battlefield, it will be solved at the negotiating table. And I want to know why my own government is sabotaging negotiations. I want to know when they were close to getting a peace accord back in March, why my government came in and said no.
Ashton,
I want to know
I'm
when
gonna be
just
walking that way,
recently
okay?
the Chinese
I'm
came out with
walking
a
that
peace
way.
plan. Why did our government say absolutely ridiculous?
Thanks.
And I want to know in front of the White House why Biden can't pick up the goddamn phone and talk to Putin. When we have a war that will only be solved at the negotiating table, I want to know why every single Democrat voted for $40 billion to keep this war going. I want to know why, when now the AP polls say that only 48% of Americans, despite all the war propaganda, only 48% of Americans say they want to send more weapons. Why almost every member of Congress and President Biden sends more and more weapons. So what we want to say is that the people in Congress and the White House are not representing us. We have to be louder. Join us with Code Pink and Peace in Ukraine as we march through the halls of Congress, demanding that they represent us and call for peace talks. Do you know that right now in Congress the word negotiate is a bad
Their
word?
voice is like
It's
recognizable.
ridiculous. So join us as we pressure the White House and Congress, and join us as we echo the sentiment from around the globe, especially in the global south. Just like President Lula from Brazil said when he was pushed to send weapons to Ukraine. You know what he said? We don't want to join this war, we want to end this war. So let's say it loud. No more war, peace talks now. No more war, peace talks now. No more war, peace talks now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Medea. One of the biggest weapons of the U.S. government and elite is the media, right? Corporate media is definitely that. is where they spread their lies. And the corporate media might as well be their stenographers, right? They just sit there and take notes in regards to say everything that the elite and the ruling class want us to think is true. There was a chant that said, "They lie, people die. They lie, people die. They lie, people die. They lie, people die." They lied about weapons of mass destruction. Remember that? They created Al-Qaeda, they funded it, and then they were talking about persecuting Osama bin Laden, right? You remember that? They lied about the horrific terrorist acts they committed against prisoners in Guantanamo. Remember that? Dehumanizing people. They lied about the numbers of casualties of war. Hundreds of thousands of people died at the hands of the U.S. military occupying Iraq. Remember that? And it was not, if it had not been for courageous journalists like Julian Assange, we would not know the truth. But what the U.S. does with people who tell the truth is that they persecute them, they jail them, and if they can, they kill them. We know that history well, very well. And so I want to bring up a friend and comrade, the brother of Julian Assange, Gabriel Shippen. Free Julian Assange!
Hi everyone. I'm here with you today because Julian can't be. He has been detained one way or another for the past 13 years in the United Kingdom. For the past 4 years, on the 11th of April, it will be 4 years he's spent in a maximum security prison. He's not serving a sentence. He's convicted of no crime. He is solely there at the request of the US Department of Justice. What did Julian do? He did what journalists should be doing, publishing without fear or favour. He published the truth about 15,000 undocumented civilian deaths in Iraq, a lie that was hid from us so that we would believe that the war was going better than it was. He published the truth about 2 Reuters journalists who were killed by a helicopter gunship in Iraq, and then 2 Good Samaritans who came to save them were also gunned down. He published the truth about a cable from the State Department that detailed the murder of an entire Iraqi family, including 5 children. And then after they were murdered, the soldiers called in an air strike to obliterate that family from the face of the earth to hide their crime. This cable led to the withdrawal of American troops from Iraq, with the refusal of Iraq to re-sign the Status of Forces agreement. Governments do not willingly reveal their crimes. We need fearless publishers, fearless whistleblowers like Chelsea Manning, like Daniel Hale. Fearless publishers like Julian Assange. What those who are pursuing Julian Assange, those who pursue Julian Assange with lust for revenge, those who pursue him in an effort to make an example of him so that the rest of the world will not publish this national security information. What they have unwittingly created is a worldwide movement for the freedom of Julian Assange, but also a worldwide movement for transparency in government, a worldwide movement for freedom of the press, and a worldwide movement for our right to know what governments do in our name. I'm going to leave you with some words from Julian. If war can be started by lies, then peace can be started by truth. Free Assange.
Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Free Julian Assange! Now! 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 We want to thank Gabriel Shipton, who's traveling all over this country. You know, please look into what they're doing. There's a number of different speaking engagements, and please, what you can, the people you know around the country, let them know about what is happening. And I also want to note that we are very honored to have as an endorser of this event, the Leonard Peltier Defense Committee. And we're also here on the 50th anniversary of Wounded Knee, demanding the freedom of Leonard. We're also demanding the freedom of Lamia Abu Jamal. We're demanding the freedom of all political prisoners who are held behind bars in this country. Free them all! What's the call? Free them all! Next, we want to bring up a longtime struggler from the city of Baltimore, Reverend Annie Chambers.
He was a former Black Panther.
We're here talking about peace.
She's from
But do you know where you live at? You live in the United States of America. The United States of America. And there has never been peace. Not since they come here. They came as thieves and robbers and stole and killed, and that's what's happening now. As a woman who's been in the struggle for over 60 years, I'm 81 years old, and I want to tell y'all that I've been in the struggle since I was 14 and fighting for peace and justice. How can we talk about peace and we have our very own people starving in the streets, cutting off the food stamps, cutting off of social aid, homelessness, and these are the very people they want to go out and fight for them. We're in the greedy ass America. That's where we are. And only a handful of people control this country. But we have the power to take it back. As a Black Panther, because I never say I'm a former. As a Black Panther, I tell you, we know how to take it back. And we're going to take it back. We will not allow our children to die. Nobody's going to walk the fight for the greedy. Because only the needy suffer when we fight for the greedy. And we're going to stand up and fight back. That is my message. Stand up, children, and fight back. As long as there's breath in my body. When they ask me when you're going to retire, I say when you can't talk to me no more. When I'm laying down. Okay? Because as long as I got breath, if I can't do nothing but scratch, I'm going to do that. That's what we got to do. We got to stand up. I tell all the seniors, we support you. I love the young people in America. I don't care what color you are. Because until we all come together, they're going to continue to do the nasty, brutal things they have done. They play racism. They play sexism. They play all the dirty little games on us. But we're going to stand together and be as one. We want justice in America. No more homeless. No. Okay? We're going to stand up and say, we demand that we get people like Sleepy Joe out the White House. Some of y'all young people think about running. And some of y'all think about what it means to have a shelter. and safe country. We go all over the world telling other people about freedom and peace. And we in the worst place in the world. We suffer. We get killed, beat, stumped, and all in America. Okay? We in the revolution. We in the revolution. The revolution has already started. The revolution is here. The revolution is here. We already started. We call it right now. Let you know, this is a revolution, Joe. We're in a revolution. And we're fighting against injustice. And we're talking about peace all over the world. But let's start right here in the belly of the beast. America! Peace, brothers and sisters. I love you. Continue to struggle. As Minister Malcolm, I'm a product of Minister Malcolm. Fought right side. And I want you to know, we for nothing but peace and justice. But you got to give to me for our thing. I know you're not going to give to me. So we about to take it. We're going to take peace. Yeah. Revolution! 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 Now.
Give it up for Reverend Chambers. She brought the word. She brought the word. The hypocrisy of the United States, the United Snakes of America. All right, y'all. The next person coming up is Chris Lee Carpio for Students for Democratic Society. Give it up for Charlie Carpio. She's coming. They say get back. We say fight back. They say get back. We say fight back. Money for school and education. Money for jobs and education. Thank you, everyone. I'm here as Chris Carpio from Students for Democratic Society. I hope you know who they are. We are the group that students founded in the 70s, the 60s to say no to the unjust U.S. invasion of Vietnam when students were getting beat in the streets, beat at the White House in the hundreds of thousands, to say no to unjust war. We refounded in 2006 in the face of the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq. We are still here. We are now new Students for a Democratic Society, and we've been standing against this new beating of the war, of the drums of war against Russia and the U.S. interventions in Ukraine since last year. We've been having hands-off Russia protests, no to NATO protests since last year. We've been confronting police at all those events, and we still want to make sure that the U.S. government knows, as long as they continue these wars, students will still be out in the streets. It doesn't matter how many of us that they beat. It doesn't matter how many of us that they shove. We are still going to make our voices heard and bring it to campus. And they've been bringing this disgusting propaganda to our campuses as well and polluting our campuses with it. They've been starting or trying to start CIA programs to recruit Arab and Chinese students at the University of Illinois, Chicago to do their dirty work for them. Shame, that's right. You know why that program is gone? Because students protested it for 2 years. And it shows that this works. Us showing our democracy by standing out in the movement is what works. That's right. So we think that instead of funding these bogus wars, what the U.S. government should be doing is understanding that we need to actually be fighting for our education and saving it. I'm here with Tampa Bay Students for a Democratic Society. We've been having protests against Governor Ron DeSantis' evil war on multicultural programs, Black history in schools, our attempts to increase Black enrollment in schools. And 2 Mondays ago, myself and my fellow students were beat and shoved and charged and arrested by the police, the campus University of South Florida PD, despite having just a protest where we were just chanting to increase Black enrollment
It's disgusting. And in fact, I stand here also as a member of the Tampa Bay 4, the SCS 4 students who were not only arrested and brutalized, but are now being charged with felonies and misdemeanors. And we say that we did nothing wrong. In fact, we did what students everywhere should be doing. And we just want everyone to know that Students for a Democratic Society, despite the brutality that we face, we stand here to say no to NATO, no to this U.S. war, and Students for a Democratic Society will be part of this fight every step of the way. So thank you, everybody. And now here I'll have one of our students lead a chant.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation.
I give it up to Students for a Democratic Society. How y'all feeling out here? Y'all feeling all right? I said, y'all feeling all right? I want the war makers to be able to hear you. Are you feeling all right? Okay, I was just checking to make sure. You know, I don't even know if Biden is in there, but if he is, he definitely heard that. Because we're here to say no to this war machine, this endless war machine. And next, I want to bring to the stage, from Life After Release, Afeni Evans.
When I say hands up, you say fight back. Hands up! Fight back! Hands up! Fight back! Hands up! Fight back! Hands up! Fight back! Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Afeni. I'm a community organizer with Life After Release, and I'm also an anti-war Army veteran. We are here to demand peace in Ukraine and to the end and an end to the toxic militarism that is destroying people's lives and our planet. America is a country where 1 in 5 children under the age of 5 are insecure, and they are cutting food stamps because we can't afford it. Yet, on March 9th, 2023, the Biden administration proposed a fiscal year 2024 budget that asked Congress to give the military-industrial complex $842 billion. They sell us a false dream that they are protecting women in other countries, while the bodily autonomy of women in this country is being stripped from us. They say that one of the reasons why we have to beat Russia, why we have to unseat Vladimir Putin, is to protect trans and queer people in Russia. And there are over 350 bills criminalizing trans youth and trans people across this goddamn country. The U.S. is the world's largest polluter, partly because our military and Biden just approved the Willow Project. The International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin. And fine, I'm not here to defend his actions, but I want to ask, when is the ICC coming to pick up George W. Bush? When the hell they gonna come get Dick Cheney? Hillary Clinton, Henry Kissinger old ass, and they can go ahead and send a warrant down the hell to get Colin Powell too. Last time I checked, there are American politicians with over 1 million Iraqis' blood on their hands right now. We spent $300 million per day, every day, for 20 years in Afghanistan, just to leave them in ruin and starve their people through unjust sanctions. Unsuccessful war after unsuccessful war. Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. We're funding a dirty war in Yemen, dropping bombs in Somalia. We dropped bombs the same day Russia invaded Ukraine. We were bombing Somalia, and the news said nothing about it. We have been escalating tensions with countries like Iran and China for simply trying to while trying to continue our armed stranglehold on the international economy. Let's be clear. NATO pushed the United States and NATO pushed by the United States instigated and continue to fan the flames of warfare in Ukraine. Adam Schiff said himself on the House floor that we fight Russia over there so we don't have to fight them over here. waves of violence this whole time. War is causing irreparable harm to our planet, and it is a bipartisan effort to back this destruction. No one in any country, anywhere, including Somalia, Yemen, Syria, Palestine, or Ukraine, should have their homes blown apart. We condemn the illegal invasion of Ukraine while also condemning NATO aggression. We can acknowledge the choice of a people to secede from a country that they were forced to be in, while also acknowledging that we must strive to end all war. Our leaders are willing to sacrifice our lives and our planet in order to keep wealth and power. We can and we must fight back. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Thank you.
Thank you so much, Afeni. That was powerful. The United States holds the highest number of people incarcerated. Boo! A lot of these crimes are connected to poverty. Poverty is a crime. The war on the poor is a crime. So thank you so much, Afeni. Thank you so much for bringing that message. So up next, we got Margaret Kimberly. Give it up. We always like our journalists doing the right thing for the right cause. Welcome, Margaret, from Black Agenda Report.
Hey there. Power to the people. Power to the people. And stop Cop City. I'm very honored to have been asked to speak for the United National Anti-War Coalition. Give it up for UNAC. You know, I have deja vu. 20 years ago, at this time in March, I, and I'm sure many of you, we marched to try to stop the invasion of Iraq, a war crime. Now, yesterday, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin, saying he's a war criminal. But Bush and Cheney walk free. So do Clinton and Obama and Trump and Biden, who've all gotten a pass after they killed people in Iraq, Afghanistan, Serbia, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, and Haiti. I know there's so many countries, right? But we want to end that. And the theft of money, $100 billion for Ukraine to wage this proxy war. And we don't want a war against China either. So you got to watch some of these folks who claim to be against the war in Ukraine. They want to go to China and get us in another fight against a nuclear-powered nation. But that's going to be true as long as we have imperialism. There's going to be one long forever war as long as this is an imperialist country. That's why we have an $800 billion defense budget. But we don't have health care and housing as human rights. The two are antithetical. You cannot have human rights respected when you have a country that is one gigantic war machine. And I just want to say also, we have to think about the other wars, AFRICOM, SOUTHCOM, INDOPACOM, as the U.S. tries to control the entire world. But we will liberate ourselves from war when we liberate ourselves from the oligarchy. Thank you so much. Power to the people. And stop Cop City. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Margaret Kimberly. I hope y'all are reading Black Agenda Report, and shout out to the United National Anti-War Coalition as well for helping to build this demonstration and bring people from all across this country. And we really are from every single nook and cranny of the United States. People have come from so many different, from Maine. I mean, people have come from hours and hours, Atlanta, you know, the Miami, Los Angeles. So I thank you all. And I'm not going to list them all. I know it's too many. I'm sorry I forgot you. North Carolina, I thought you folks here. Detroit. LA, all of them. Philadelphia, okay, I hear you, Sister Sandra, I know. Next, I want to bring up Brian Becker, the National Director of the Answer Coalition.
Sisters and brothers, I want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen the rest of today. Because what we're doing today, I believe, will be remembered as something that's quite historic, something very profound, a commitment, a determination on our part to build a new anti-war movement at a moment when the forces within the military-industrial complex and the leadership of both the Republican and the Democratic Party have, without debate, adopted as a consensus position that the U.S. should be prepared and prioritize major power conflict. This means that the war in Ukraine, which did not really begin simply with the Russian military intervention on February 24, 2022, but many years earlier than that, including the fascist-led coup d'etat of February 2014 to bring Ukraine into NATO. This is a proxy war, but it's a dress rehearsal for a bigger war that the U.S. intends to wage to weaken Russia, to topple its government, to go to war and have confrontation with China, to topple the Communist Party of China, inside of China. And just think about the dimensions of the madness here. The United States could not defeat the Taliban in Afghanistan after 20 years. So let's go to war with the People's Republic of China and Russia. Think of the magnitude of that craziness, and yet there's no debate. Look at the mainstream media, the corporate media. They'll describe this demonstration as the far left or Russian apologists or something like that to demonize us like they demonized the Russians, like they demonized the Chinese, like they demonized the Syrians, like they always demonize the Palestinians, like they demonize the Iraqis and the Cubans and the Venezuelans and anyone who wants to be free and independent from the empire. So we're at a crossroads, and today I hope all of you will march together with us. We're going to bring coffins. We're going to do this in a few minutes, so be prepared for this march. This is what's going to happen the rest of the day. We're going to take these flag-draped coffins, Syria, Afghanistan, Yemen, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, Yemen, Syria, and people from the United States as well, who are the needlessly killed, murdered people by the empire during the past 20 years. And we're going to first go to the White House, and we're going to say to the White House, you are guilty. You are guilty. You are responsible for these deaths. It's not the Syrians, the Palestinians, the Russians, the Chinese. It's the government that speaks in our name. And then we're going to go a few blocks away to the Washington Post, the neocon media that promotes lies, that spoon feeds war propaganda, and say to the Washington Post, we know who you are. You're not journalists. You're an echo chamber for the war machine, and you too are guilty for the deaths of all of these people. That's a short march. It's a short march, but then we're ending with an indoor event at the beautiful and historic New York Avenue Presbyterian Church, a place where the forces for abolition against slavery gathered in 1860 and 1861 and during the Civil War. And we're going to hear additional speakers, including Noam Chomsky, who's a renowned speaker and linguist who has led so much in exposing manufactured consent. So sisters and brothers, we're going to have a couple more wrap-up speakers here. We're going to carry these coffins to the White House. We'll have a short ceremony there. We're going to march to the Washington Post and then to New York Avenue Presbyterian Church. We need all of you to stay with us for these next 90 minutes to show we mean it. We're determined. We're going to build a new movement. This movement is not ending today. This movement is beginning today. It's the most important movement that could possibly be built. Down with the war makers. Down with the war machine. Fund people's needs, not the war machine. And let's stand together to say no to colonialism, no to racism, no to the oppression of women, no to the oppression of the LGBTQ community. Say yes to the disabled movement and all of those sectors who are under attack by the same wretched capitalist system. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Give it up for Brad Becker. Are you ready to march? Oh, we are getting ready to march. It's going to be a beautiful one. Okay, familia. So next up, we got Jackie Lookman from the Black Alliance for Peace coming up. Give it up for my sister and comrade, Jackie Lookman. This ain't a church service, but it needs to be a revival. I'm not going to pray, ain't going to be no scriptures, but this is what I need y'all to do. I need you to turn to the person on your left and say like you mean it, I will fight for you. Now I need you to turn to the person on your right.
I'm not on your left.
And say like you mean it, I will fight for you. And then if you can do it, I need you to turn all around, brothers and sisters, and say to the person standing behind you, I will fight for you. Because let me explain something to you about this fight that we are in. Brothers and sisters, there's a narrative out there that says that we're only supposed to be focused on ending this one war in Ukraine and every other evil thing the United States government does with its imperialist, bloodthirsty planning and actions and bombings and interventions and coup d'etats, everything this government does around the world and in our communities here, those things don't matter. All we need to do is end this war in Ukraine. That's the big deal. That's the thing we need to focus on. But let me explain something to you. This capitalist system is at the foundation of every evil thing that comes out of this White House and the Congress that creates the policy. And capitalism exists, it grew, and it thrives on the exploitation of people who are different from the folks who hold the power. So capitalism continues to exploit black people in ways that it doesn't exploit working class white people. That don't mean working class white people ain't getting their ass kicked. It just means we getting our ass kicked a little worse in a different way. Capitalism exploits and denigrates LGBTQ and trans people in a different way from the way black folks are being exploited. Women are exploited in a different way under capitalism than men are. And black women and Latino women are exploited with that fabulous triple oppression under a capitalist system. So explain to me, y'all, how we are supposed to end war
my friends I grew up with.
if we don't destroy capitalism. How do we end wars that are fought in the name of capitalist profit?
feeling some good energy here.
warmongers,
So that's
weapons
good.
manufacturers, making trillions off of the broken bones and bodies of black, brown, indigenous
Yeah, that was her.
people around the world, working class and poor peasant people around the world. They don't do it because they legitimately hate these people. They don't do it because these people are a threat to our freedom. They do it for capitalist profit. And they do that around the world for the same reason
Oh, when they
that
got
a high
the
percentage of black folks
arrested.
are still poor in this country. That working class poor folks in Appalachia are poor. That black trans women suffer the highest rate of homelessness and unemployment in this country. Those are all the reasons that capitalism stays in place. Because our exploitation, our different and unique oppression and exploitation all feeds and props the same capitalist machine that exports wars around the world.
His theories are good, but it takes a kind of
Yeah.
So reject anybody who comes
Like,
to you and tells
good
you that all
stuff
we
that
need
you
to
can
do
for.
is
I'll
focus
share
on
with her
this
so you
one
can give it to
war
someone
in
else.
Ukraine. Yes, this war in Ukraine must end.
You guys
But
wanna
let's
see what
not
else
forget
is
the
there?
15,000 ethnic Russians who were slaughtered for 8 years. That's true. By
Let's see
the
what else is going on here. I saw more people come in. I saw more people come, so
Down there is like the thing about the Uyghurs, but there's nobody there. It's just a setup.
Let us not forget, don't you forget the people that you turned to and said you would fight for. You made a commitment. We're not out here just to end war. We're not out here just to bring peace in Ukraine. We are out here to challenge and work within the empire to destroy the capitalist system that makes all of our suffering possible. And we do it for peace,
But that's not much either. You feel it in your
Yeah, he's right there.
when every news channel is saying
Yeah, I haven't really like read them yet, so I know.
You want to know more about that? Be at the church.
your dad sent like paragraphs.
But I want you to
Who
think
sent your
about
dad
this.
sent paragraphs?
We come together like this. Do not let this day be the last time
Oh, yeah.
you show up at a mobilization for peace. Do not let this be the last time you fight for your fellow brothers and sisters. This needs to be a revival. Don't let this be an incident. Don't let this be an event. Let this be a revival and commit to stand, to fight, and to fight together for human rights. Say it with me. We stand. We fight. We fight together for human rights. We stand. We fight together for human rights. We stand. We stand. Thank you very much. A luta continua. The struggle continues. But I promise you, if you keep struggling, brothers and sisters, Victoria, certa, victory is certain. Peace.
Give it up one more time for Jackie Lukman. Give it up one more time for the Black Alliance for Peace. And I see we are getting ready to move. We have a couple more speakers. And then don't forget, on the second end of this, we're going to hear from Noam Chomsky. We're going to hear about the struggle of the Eritrean people. We're going to hear about the brutal sanctions on Syria that are making it impossible for people to recover from this earthquake. So we have a lot more in addition to this march. I just want to know, are you with us? Are you ready to stay in the streets? Are you ready to show them the power of our movement? Well, next up, I want to bring one of the most powerful figures in our movement to the microphone, Margaret Flowers from Popular Resistance. Give it up for Margaret!
How's everybody doing? It's a beautiful day! At Popular Resistance, we work to connect the struggles through shared campaigns and understanding the root causes of the crises that we face. know that war, in all of its forms, whether it's drone assassinations, military invasions, illegal economic blockades, these types of things, all of them are done to protect the interests of the wealthy. The COVID-19 pandemic gave us a glimpse of what could be. It showed us the deep racism, the deep inequities in our society, but it also gave us a glimpse of what it could mean when people get checks, when people have their mortgages, payments stalled, evictions, moratorium on evictions, student loans frozen. These are the things that we could have and that we should have. The war on Ukraine and the recent bank failures showed us that when it comes to the interests of the rich, there's always enough money. But we know there's enough money in the United States to meet the needs of the people, to protect the planet. And we also know that we have to fight for it. We must fight for it by shutting things down, by food boycott, BDS, Free Palestine, by withholding our labor. We have the power to win the things that we need. So we say to the railroad corporations, if you won't guarantee safety, if you won't protect the workers, shut them down. We say to the health insurance corporations and the pharmaceuticals, if you deny us health care, shut them down. We say to the fossil fuels, if you come into our communities to extract gas or oil, we're going to shut you down. And if you try to build a paramilitary police base in our forest, we're going to shut you down. If our state legislatures pass laws denying the rights of trans people, we are going to shut them down.
Where they starting?
And like our comrades in the United Kingdom targeting
Or just some people?
Palestine action to the
No, I
weapon
just thought that
makers,
we started marching,
shut
but then I realized
them
only a
down.
few people.
This is our fight. We're in this together. We can win. Let's march.
Are they gonna go like that, or are they
We're not
gonna?
going to march quite yet. But I appreciate you, Margaret. Give it up to Margaret Flowers one more time.
I see someone, yeah, and
But we
there's a
have a
guy
very
with a Peruvian
important
hat
speaker to
there.
close us out. A very important speaker to close us out from one of the critical struggles that is happening in this world today. That's the struggle of the Palestinian people against apartheid, for their own land, for their own sovereignty, for their own freedom. They are steadfast in fighting every single day, no matter what they're up against. And I'm honored to have here with us from the Palestinian Youth Movement, our brother Mohammed, to come speak to you about the struggle.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohammed, this is Zaid and Raya, and we're here. I'm very honored to be here representing the Palestinian Youth Movement. We're an independent transnational grassroots movement of Palestinian and Arab youth in the diaspora who are organizing for the liberation of our land from imperialism and settler colonialism. And like many of my comrades in the PYM, the barbaric U.S. invasion of Iraq was a defining moment. As children, we all watched the horrors unfold in Iraq, a country that we knew had natural wealth, ancient history, and a steadfast history. The U.S. invasion of Iraq represented not only the ruthless violence of the U.S. empire, but also its imperialist thievery, with the U.S. using the invasion to rob Iraq of its resources to amass profits for the U.S. empire, to the death and destruction of our land. A cycle that continues today will continue unless we, the people, can organize and put an end to the empire's endless wars. Not only did the U.S. intervention destroy Iraq under the false premises, which Iraqis are still reeling from today, but the U.S.'s global war on terror had its counterpart here too. In 2002, we saw the opening of Guantanamo Bay detention camp, which has held hundreds of prisoners since its opening, including several Iraqi prisoners. Heavy surveillance on mosques and religious institutions crippled our communities here and eventually culminated into the CBE and spying programs we see all around the country. And so many Muslims have been captured and thrown into the prison system as a result. And now, 20 years later, our people still are reeling from the impacts of the U.S. invasion. The effects of that senseless war are still rippling today. But why Iraq? Because Iraq did not fit into U.S. imperialist designs for the region. It was strangled with crippling sanctions that left hundreds of thousands of civilians dead for 13 years before the invasion even began. Today, the U.S. is still strangling non-compliant nations across the world with sanctions, which are an act in and of themselves, let's be clear, from Cuba to Syria, to Iran, to Venezuela, and now Russia and China, and the list goes on. Here we are 2 decades later, still fueling endless wars around the globe. The U.S.'s proxy war with Russia has cost the Ukrainian people immeasurable suffering as the imperial cheerleaders inch us ever closer to nuclear conflict, the delusional sake of maintaining U.S. hegemony on end forever. While the U.S. strangles our people and funnels billions of dollars worth of arms and weapons to its imperial collaborators, Washington's bullets and bombs rain on Yemen and Palestine as it comically claims the mantle of freedom's greatest defender. The Palestinian youth movement understands that our fight for the liberation of our land from Zionism is part of the fight against imperialism. Both U.S. parties support the Zionist state and give it $3 billion each year precisely because the Zionist state is central to U.S. and Western imperialism. Israel acts as a strategic ally for the U.S. in their pursuit of endless wars, death, and destruction. This relationship is no accident. The Zionist thinkers who established the colonial state of Israel were clear from the beginning that their project was a reflection of Western colonial interests. The Zionist state was made possible only through British imperialism and colonialism, and continues today to stand for Western U.S. and Western imperialism. For more than 100 years, Palestinians have struggled against Zionist colonialism and Western imperialism. And today we're here to continue the struggle. We call for an end to all U.S. aid, an end to arms sales to the Zionist regime, an end to the sanctions on Cuba, Venezuela, Syria, Iran, and any other nation being punished for putting its people before imperialism. We join our people back home who, as we speak, are rising against Zionist colonialism and saying, long live international solidarity. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Long live Palestine! Give it up one more time for the Palestinian Youth Movement! Okay, as you can see, we're going to move the march. I'm going to give you some directions. I want to remind you we're going to march. Then we're going to be at New York Avenue Presbyterian Church. And we're going to hear from the struggle of the people of Guam fighting on the front line of U.S. militarism. We're going to hear from the people of Hawaii fighting the war machine, destroying their population. We're going to hear from the people of Eritrea about their attempts to sanction and isolate them. We're going to hear from the people of Syria about their attempt to break through sanctions. So now we want to move in this direction. There are 2 banners there. We're going to march straight down in this direction. We have the caucus in front, then the banners, stay behind the banners. And you just line up along this little brick road, I guess you can call it that, right here. That'll get you to where you need to go as the march moves out here. Yes, this direction. So line up if you can. Let's see if we can flow out in one line. If you want to try to flow out as orderly as you can, so that the path, the demonstration is clear to everyone who is watching. So stay tight, stay strong, and we're going to move out in this direction. I thank you. Let's take it to the streets.
I'd say there's about 4,000 people here today. Specifically for this event. Like there are, you know, some just passerbyers down there. But everyone who's concentrated over here, like people have already started marching. And there's still people here. Because that's just how many people are at this event. There's those that started marching and there's those that are waiting for their time to start marching too. Right there.
I'm not proud to have been part of the machine that created dead people, occupied people, oppressed people around the world and here in the U.S. We have to destroy the U.S. military system. We must take it down.
What happened?
I have no fucking clue.
Something just happened. Yo, what happened?
Somebody fought the Uyghur guy.
Oh, they started fighting?
Yeah.
But there's no like weapons or anything?
Nah, one of the dudes ran off, so I have to chase him.
Ah, man. Yeah, I was worried because people were running, so I thought there was like weapons or something.
That's all they found. I was just trying to figure out what was
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Alright. Yeah, I just want to show I'm okay. It was someone was trying to fight the Uyghur guy. The people who are wearing the sky blue flag with the moon and the crest. A pro-China guy was trying to fight the Uyghur guy, and that's really not something we're trying to see in this peace rally. So I saw people running away, and I thought that something worse was happening, but it was really just a fight. And I guess people were just trying to flee from the situation. But yeah, over there, I'm gonna flip the camera. You see the cops have arrived over at the scene. Yeah, so it all started because the Uyghur man's flag got taken down, and he got upset about that, and that's when he started aggressively chanting anti-China stuff, pro-Uyghur stuff. And then a lot of the pro-China people that are here at this rally, yeah, a lot of the pro-China people who are here for this rally started, I guess, yelling at the other guy back. And from what I hear from people, it looks like a fight broke out. Dogs always want peace. Free Julian Assange. Do you see yourself then? Do you see yourself?
Yeah, we were trying to.
That's so funny.
You're playing detective.
Oh, there's a fight that broke out. Yeah, I was was the Uyghur guy with a pro-China guy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then the cops sounded off some like weird alarm, and then they started running.
Damn, Bruno, you don't want to wait?
There's a lot of people here. Yeah, like 4,000. More, right?
No, I wouldn't say thousands.
No, it's just like 4,000.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, GCC had a total of 4,000 students, and this is probably like a little bit more than that.
Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation, money for jobs and education. We want money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. We want money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. We want money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. We want money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. We want money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and
Thank you, guys. There's so many different chants here. Right?
Yeah.
There's Free Palestine, End Wars in Korea, No War in Ukraine. fund education, not incarceration. I didn't see it. I just saw. Remember the siren? Like it was like a weird alarm, and then people were running away. Yeah. So because of that, I thought like someone got mortally wounded. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Mighty, mighty people. Mighty, mighty people. Fighting for justice. Fighting for justice. And our liberation. And our liberation. And our liberation. And our liberation. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. People wanna know. People wanna know. Who we are. So we tell them, we are the people, fighting fight.
Yo, is that Frankie J? Right there with the black, with the red. Is that Frankie J? Bro, are you kidding me? Glory, I think it's about like 4,000.
I say, usually like, are people even working? But I just saw a couple of people through the blinders there. Look, they're opening the windows.
They're there. Hey, look, he's right there.
Nah, leave him alone, bro. That's not Jeff Bezos.
Screw the Washington, bro.
You're right, you're right. Open the window and talk to him.
The windows.
I think those are the.
Those are Florida.
I think they're just like the janitors. Like, I don't think-
Right, that's probably just like, who the fuck is
Like,
sir, he's probably like,
We've had a long day already.
He probably agrees.
he's probably about to go home.
He's like, look, man, I just needed the money.
Already
He's
can't deal with
taking
your shit. I don't want to deal with yours.
He's taking pictures of what he's doing.
Yeah,
I bet
see.
it probably looks crazy from there.
Hey. James.
Yeah, two can play. I make Kenny Moffin on your team.
Oh, really?
Here, you want to try and grab the corner a little bit? Okay, there you go.
Rania.
Nice. All right, that's perfect.
I don't know where Kay went.
I'm so sorry. You're good. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Good one. No, that's a good poster. Look, you got a little lanyard.
I didn't even like process like how.
You got a lanyard. That is a watch. That is a watch.
Oh my god, you're like you can see.
So this is the guy at the Washington Post that's looking out the window.
Oh, you can see like the line.
It's so creepy.
What phone is it?
S22 Ultra.
He's
Is that a
Oh no, it said something. Oh, I see him up there, They trying to be all sneaky. Oh, look at him. You gotta get just his camera here. They're still looking at it.
Good to see you, Brian. Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Thank you for speaking to me.
Stand up to the military industrial complex, stand up to the war machine, and keep fighting. Are you with us? Yeah! Are you with us? Are we going to keep fighting? Yeah! Let's keep fighting! Time for jobs and education!
Money for jobs and education!
probably like it's definitely, I think I would say like over 1,000. Over 1,000. Where's Bruno and Pedro? Well, I don't know where they are. How many people would you say there's here?
Mark, I initially thought like 300
Because more people show up.
definitely like 500 maybe. I think they're gonna turn down this street if you wanna like.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing that.
dale, y dale, y dale pueblo, dale, contra la asesina, dale pueblo, dale. Esta democracia ya no es democracia, ni no asesina, el pueblo te repudia. Lucha pueblo, lucha, no dejes de luchar contra el imperio antipopular. Lucha pueblo, lucha, no dejes de luchar contra el imperio antipopular. ¿Y qué queremos? No guerra. Otra vez, ¿qué queremos? No guerra. ¿Cuándo queremos? Y si no, que nos dan. No guerra. What do we want? What do we want?
don't know how we're gonna fit it all fit in there.
No, it's so weird to me. The front, like, the thought
I don't know how we're all gonna fit in there. They're all going in here. Like, how big is that stadium in there? They do this. Remember 3 years ago they did something like this where we got to a certain point and then they're gonna have like a seminar. It's like, whoa, it's almost fell. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this here.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
we're not on the
Yeah, I'm not. Yes, sir.
How are
that's
we gonna
great.
fit in there?
I'm not. That's what they're basically going to like half the crowd. Yeah, so that's like might be the case, honestly. Maybe you're right. You're like, it seems like smaller.
What is that?
Yeah. To try to like.
And that's where the last we might have maybe like that is our best.
Yo, when we saw you guys like first like making the wave, I was like, oh shit, there's a lot of people, and then I was like, damn, there's even more people than what I thought.
Yeah.
You're all coming from far away.
Gonna speak in there.
Probably just do like on this. Yeah, imagine if they did it right here.
Like it just something like
Right, you could be a little. Got turkey.
pretty good.
So this is supposed to be their gift.
I guess.
Are they gonna go to Capitol as well? Yeah, we're just I don't think they I haven't been because I ate my whole sandwich already and walked around and supposed to
Were you like, did you feel rushed eating it?
I did. Rice cake,
Did you
same
feel
one.
rushed eating it?
No, I didn't at all. I actually felt like super chill. He was doing rushed. I was wolfing that shit down, not because I was in a rush. I was hungry. I wanted to sit down. I sat. I stood by the table. So nice little, nice weather, nice scenery, nice social. It is nice weather. If there's a day to do something like this, today is the day. Everybody has it. Wow, this is almost the entire day. But a lot of people are scared about this. We're all from the same fucking group.
Yeah. Someone took the flag of the Uyghur flag down, like threw it. Pro-China guy, and then the Uyghur guy was like,
The next important question is the pro-China guy the Chinese?
no, you're the white guy.
That's right. Typically. I knew that was the weird flag. Recognized it.
Yeah, but they're brainwashed by people in
People like who?
You ever seen like they saw that video that was going around. They had like some ceremony and they were doing the march with Donetsk and Luhansk flag and like some
It's not looking at it wrong. Like they think like, oh, like automatically everything is like anti-US. Everybody else is doing it. Like that kind of shit.
That's the team sports right there, bro.
Yo, the one that's over 20 kids. You only give me like one.
Oh, bro, this one was sick. I noticed that too. I noticed that too. They gotta be close to the crowd. I love this church. It's really good. The inside, right?
Like this is like a church where like famous people come and get married, and then they have like a woman.
This church is pretty old. Brenda was saying that we should go to her mom's house after the week. She's like, oh, because we saw it, they lived right back to me. You want to do that? We're actually closer to her mom's
CG?
like, Blue Park.
I remember I ordered.
That's kind of on the way back home for you, right?
Yeah. I remember I ordered like a sandwich from Pot Valley, and then when it arrived, it was only like one slice.
Really?
Like I felt like that was like one layer. And then I was like, oh, the wait for like everything. This thing, change the angle.
You want to show this right here? I showed it.
And then he fucking, detached the drink. That was the one I was on. Y'all had the back car. And they switched to Express. Now, they're trying to catch
Yeah, we might catch it here. I felt she grabbed the bag.
Yeah, she got it. But how many hours you guys put for your partner? We're not that far.
for medical because also all of the internal communication between subway workers over the whole subway. It's like, oh shit, we're doing Express.
There's another really big group over there coming.
I didn't know where the fuck.
What if it was like a trophy or something?
I brought some numbers.
And then like everyone comes out the church and it's fucking
Yeah, it does look like pretty good. And over here we have people going on.
He says radical, like it looks like Jordan, I just think like radical Jordan, like fucking skaters.
Right?
Yeah,
What is it, like Suki song?
What? Oh, I see. No, I see now.
I didn't see like if they want to head out, if they want to take care.
What on earth happened? It makes no sense how there's more likes than viewers.
There was probably a lot more viewers.
Yeah. We'll come in now. Drop a like and kick it. Are you still posting on Rockman? Nah, it's sustainable, isn't it?
Oh, hey, here's the
They don't do anything to improve the site.
Because the whole job was to say we're not using
Exactly, yeah. Same with like other.
That's why YouTube is so fun. And then like
yeah, it's called a monopoly. They should get
Yeah.
everyone in the city for the kids.
You need a hand? No, no, thank you.
Breaking out,
I'm gonna
does not say that,
do it.
guys.
Oh,
By the way, before y'all hear that and try to take his channel.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chad.
We are not reflecting the thoughts of breaking out. This is our intended thoughts.
Well, like this, let's say.
I thought he was strong.
I'm gonna go to the dinner, but I might go there. I might get there late. If I miss my food, I'm glad that we got
I will be in it. I will be there. I'm gonna walk out couple minutes.
Like 16 days.
You gotta do what?
Oh, 18 days. Right?
That's big.
You get the regular?
I got the Oh, dang. He's a growing boy, that's why.
It's either that or a sensu bean, bro.
It's a sensu bean, yeah. Just to fuel those workouts, bro.
Yeah, I didn't eat enough yesterday.
Potbelly is like one of the best sandwich places ever.
You guys should try Gillies.
I think I've heard of that place. Where's that at?
Yeah, it's like a bit.
You know where the Exxon is? Like across the farm.
By the Target?
Yeah, right next to Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I used to
Behind
live right over there. The one like with a beer and wine shop.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Have you all ever passed by that place behind Fridays that has like a gold like van parked outside? It's like a taco place, I think, or some type of Tex-Mex restaurant. You guys know what I'm talking about? I want to try that place. It's like, yes, it used to be a pizza place. It's like you make that left onto like off of Beer's Mill, yeah, exactly. That's how I know about it.
Yeah, I've left that.
Does it show the chat?
It pops up whenever someone says something.
Oh, okay. I was just moving around to see like how much it takes. Yep, that happened. I thought it was good. It's still really swollen. Like I feel like when I walk for more than 10 minutes.
You guys in We got one.
Oh, I forgot my buddy was inviting to try to Saturday later. He's going to do that after he goes to bed. Go to a little carne asada, having some drinks, watch the UFC fight and all that. He lives 5 minutes away from the house. I don't think he met him. He's a friend I met from Brady.
We can like take a seat and then that's it. We're not gonna go there. We're just gonna take a seat.
I wonder if there's like a
No, it's not. This is a winner.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was biscuit. We'll see how I feel later. I'm just gonna peek in there and then that's it.
In that context.
Huh? Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
of the first black nation in the Western Hemisphere. And the stabilizing Haiti is how they continue to make Haiti pay for fighting for it. Haitians on the ground are demanding for us as workers, as radical people, as artists, as protesters here to uplift that they have self-determination. They are demanding for us to uplift the truth about Haiti. They want us to break our chains here. Haitians are watching us. They're rooting for us to end the war machine. I want to leave with this. Can we break our chains? Yeah. Can we break our chains? Yeah. I want to teach y'all some Creole before I get off this mic, okay? There's a Haitian Creole saying that says, Kimbela, say it with me. Kimbela, say it. Kimbela. That means hold on, hold tight, hang in there. Haitians want us to hold tight and hang in to this struggle. Haitians want us to hold tight and hang on to resistance. Haitians want us to hold tight and fight for liberation. That's how it works. Can we Kimbela? Can we Kimbela? One more time, Kimbela.
Don't nobody else get up and leave. Buses are going to be on 12th and 1st Avenue. I hope I said that right. And folks are actually meeting outside Near Avenue. And folks are meeting outside